Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into NEA's podcast series. I am Noel Gabriel, your host for today. In today's episode, we will be turning our attention to a well-loved aspect of Singapore's food arena, our hawkers. With the COVID-19 period underway, hawkers found themselves in hot soup. In the thick of this crisis, many have adapted to a new hawker environment filled with food deliveries and online sales. One such hawker stall who jumped on this bandwagon was Mad Bros SG. Mad Bros SG was founded and is run by Carmal, who has very kindly agreed to join us on the show today to share his perspectives on the hawker trade through the COVID-19 situation. So let's bring him on. Hi, Carmal.
Hello, Noel.
So, Carmal, you're from Mad Bros SG. Tell me more about what you've been doing, experimenting, with this hybrid, very unique halal Japanese food.
It all started during one of my travels to Japan with a good friend of mine. When we were there, I cannot eat tonkatsu ramen. So the first ramen that I tried was a chicken ramen. It was actually a Michelin recommended ramen. So I fell in love with it. So that was my first trip, and then it went on to my second trip, my third trip. When I'm back in Singapore, it's really hard for me to find a halal ramen because the main ingredient that is used is actually mirin or sake, which is alcohol. In fact, the first time that I actually put Mad Bros SG out there was at this event in Gardens by the Bay called Sakura Event. So a lot of the vendors were Japanese. The executive chefs were there. So I asked 4 of them. I made a bowl of ramen for them, went to them straight. Sir, please, can you try? The first thing that they said was, mirin. You need to add mirin. And I told them it has to be halal. So what is halal? So I Google Translate, it's like this. It's like, so they cannot. Very hard. So yeah, that was the main stone wall that I actually encountered.
Okay, so I heard that you are part of the Incubation Store program. How did you find out about it? What made you sign up for it?
So basically, when I got the idea that I want to start this business, looking at the capital, I was thinking I cannot be opening up a restaurant first. So maybe I should just open in a hawker center as a test bed and see what the reception would be like. So when I was up on NEA website, I was scrolling through, I did my homework and I saw Incubation Store. So I applied for it without any hesitation because I know it would definitely drive down my initial capital outlay.
All right, Kanal, earlier on you were mentioning about capital costs and all that. I think there's also one more cost that affected us very suddenly, right?
Very abrupt suddenly and very
Correct.
painful.
The haunting COVID situation that's been in our minds everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So when you came to know about this COVID situation, what was your first instinct and how did you react to it?
When the whole of Singapore first caught wind of this virus, maybe this is just a temporary thing. Maybe give it 3 months and then we'll just ride it out. And then things got worse. The DORSCON Orange was announced. So overnight, the amount of people that came to the hawker center dropped tremendously from a lively, bustling place to a ghost town. I just tried to survive. I even go to the extent whereby I closed the shop early and I did Food Panda. Before Ramadan started, I already had a plan. I wanted to have a half day at work. I wanted to close early. I only serve for dinner for the people who are breaking fast during Ramadan. And I would provide an island-wide delivery service. When they announced the circuit breaker 2 weeks before Ramadan, I was like, just expedite the plan. And I've been able to survive.
Okay, so did you apply for any assistance or funding just to help you tide over this period?
The waivers were given right out, so we don't really have to apply for any funding. So they waived our rental fees, which actually helped a lot. Also, on top of that, I think there was actually also fundings for us to work with all the food delivery platforms. And now there's another one that is also provided to us, which is the nets. So they're trying to make us go cashless. Yep, with this funding, it actually helped me go through these tough times.
Wow. So there are a lot of helping hands out there for
Yeah, yeah.
everyone. So far, I've only been hearing about the store and about you. What's keeping you going throughout this trying period?
I am actually very blessed to have a lot of support from everywhere. My mother has been supporting my business. She has been helping me from day one until now without fail. Throughout this whole virus thing, a lot of times her morale was actually also affected. And
Mhm.
she even said, "Are you sure you want to keep doing this?" Because the contract that we have is only 9 months or 1 year. And in no way can you know a business is successful within just 1 year. Good thing for me, I'm an economics student. The numbers just don't lie. You cannot just rely with such a small sample population. So I told her, just stick to it. It's okay. I'll try my best to keep us above water. I've also had a lot of friends who are also entrepreneurial, ambitious, driven. So they're always giving me advice. So,
Mhm.
yep, I've been really blessed. I'm surrounded by a lot of helpful people.
Okay, so if that is what we have had so far for Mad Bros, what's next?
For now, I'm just looking forward for us to ride out this whole nightmare. So once
Okay.
we are up from that nightmare, we are looking to expand to all the different parts of Heartland because my main aim is to actually I want
Mhm.
Matt Bros SG to provide a Japanese fast food for people. It has to be a household name for ramen.
Okay,
Yeah.
Carmal, thank you so much for sharing the journey you've been through. I think it's really very exhilarating to hear it firsthand. I think there's something that we all need to learn from you is do not give up. Thank you
Sounds
so
good.
much once again for
Thank
your
you so
time.
much, Noel, for having me.
And there we have it. Kamal from Mad Bros SG bringing to our Singapore shores delicious halal ramen. With some help from the NEA, friends and family, his tenacity to stick with his passion in the face of COVID-19 adversaries has proven to be the perfect recipe to prevent things from boiling over. And with that, I am now off to satisfy my ramen cravings with Mad Bros SG. Till next time, stay safe and take care. Cheers.